stuff over.
Recording. Start recording.
Hair caught on my necklace.
Where is it? Okay, is it? Oh, okay, starting. I need my phone so I make sure everything is good. On my phone. Awesome. We're ready to roll. We're rocking and rolling here. Okay, it's opening up. All right. We are live. Go ahead and share this out. Pull it up on my page. Make sure I can see it over here real good. I'm pulling up my other page. All right, let me go ahead and share it. Welcome everyone to this week's Wellness Wednesday. Please go ahead and share this video for someone so that someone that you know that will be interested in having a total life change, becoming the best version of their self, getting healthy, whatever. They just want to hear an inspirational testimony, an inspirational story. Go ahead and share this video now. Life changes, you can go ahead and share this video and start your watch parties. I'm going to go ahead and share it myself. I know we are a little bit late, but I'm going to go ahead and still share it out. Go ahead and share it. Share it. And share it in the groups.
That's not gonna work.
All right, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Wellness Wednesday. I am Sabrina Dixon, Executive Director here with Total Life Changes. I apologize that we're a little bit late on tonight, but sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes things happen, technology or schedules. So it's okay, we did jump on. So please forgive me for being a little bit late. Tonight, my guest is Akilah D. Is that right?
Parker.
Akilah D. Parker. Akilah D. Parker. She is my guest on tonight. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, and then I'm going to just turn it over to her, and she's going to share her amazing, powerful testimony. Some of you probably saw her picture. I posted her picture on last week. She was the young lady that lost 27 pounds. And a lot of people were commenting like, how long did it take her? Because she looks so amazing. So I had to have her come on to be our guest on this week so she could go ahead and share her testimony. So let me just tell you just a little bit about her. She is a mother, a wife, a teacher. She's been on her weight loss journey for almost 7 years. Wow, 7 years. She's lost 27 pounds since the beginning of January. She has more energy. She has less bloating, little to no PMS symptoms. She has mental clarity and focus, little to no cravings for junk food. That's amazing. Better sleep and moods. She's lighter on her feet, and she's going to tell us how she is double dutching at 40 years old. I can't wait to hear that part of the story. So I'm going to just go ahead and turn it over to Akilah. Akilah, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. You're perfect. Take it away.
Okay. So as she said, hi everybody. First of all, as she said, I am Akilah. I go by Akilah D on social media, but Akilah Parker is my name. D is just middle initial. but I thought it was cute, so whatever. But I am a life changer, and the highest rank that I've hit thus far has been director. Um, I have goals though, so just stay tuned. So I did, as she said, I did begin my journey. Like, I've been on the weight loss journey since 2014-ish, maybe 2013, I'll say. But this by far, these last several months, 2020, from 2019 and 2020 have just been, I guess, my most successful time on this entire journey. So this is why I'm here today. And this is why I'm not going anywhere. And this is why also this is a lifestyle for me. So November 15th, I did start. I was simply just a customer sampling. That's it. And first, let me shout out my team. My friend Joy, who is my upline, my leader, friend, sister, all of that. Slim Fit Hustlers is her team. It's our squad, but it's her team. It's her baby. And so she's the one, like with Joy, like I literally, if Joy says it and Joy does it, I'm gonna do it. And so with this, I started watching her, like the last two programs that we've been a part of, or the last two companies we've been a part of, we've been there together. And I was initially in the other ones because of her. So I noticed that she switched things. She changed things up. And I'm like, Joy is looking awesome. She's doing great. I need to know what she's doing. So I'm just watching, but I'm watching in silence. Like, okay, I'm at a point in my life, I'm disappointed in myself because I've spiraled out of control again. You know, my journey has been 6-7 years, keep in mind. So I've spiraled. So I'm disappointed in myself. I'm discouraged, but I'm like, but Joy is looking so great and she's doing great. So I got in touch with her and I actually inboxed her and I'm like, whatever this tea is, please, I need a sample. And when I say it has been up from there. And so we were meeting in the parking lot like every couple days, sample. I need another sample, need another sample. And every time I called, she'd be right there. So on November 15th, when she gave me, I think 5-pack of lemon samples, I fell in love. And the next day, I'm like, whatever this is, I have to have it and I have to keep it. I have to get it and I have to keep it. Well, then she came with raspberry tea. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in love, I'm in heaven. And so when she came with the raspberry, I knew this is me, this is my new lifestyle, this is my new thing. Even though I remained a customer until February, I didn't become a life changer until February 26th. But those 3 or 4 months that just using the products changed my life. So I'm sorry. Thought she had a question.
No, wow.
So with that, since let's see, I start with November to December, or I'll say even the beginning of January. I didn't have. I was going up, going down. I was coming down, going back up. So it was kind of like that yo-yo type thing. So as far as my consistency, I was still kind of just playing. I was teeter-tottering. I was eating anything. You know how we tend to think, oh, well, I have this tea, so I'll just go to McDonald's and get some fries, and I'll eat like I want to eat, and then I'm going to drink my tea. Wrong move. That is not the move, and I quickly learned that. Why am I wasting time, and why am I wasting money and energy and effort? And so when I decided to fully commit, I was doing a workout program with my mom. She's a coach, a fitness coach, and so was my sister. And so that she had me on a program where we were doing 100 days, just complete workouts, so weights, cardio, yoga, all of this. And I was on day 88, sometime in December. I want to say like the last time I did that program was like December 10th. Maybe the 8th or 9th, because it was before I traveled to Chicago. And I didn't finish the program. I made it to day 88, but I'm still using my tea. I'm still using my TLC products. And by this time, Joy had introduced me to NutriBurst. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't have money like that. I need to, we teach and I get pay once a month. And I'm like, this is a lot. But being the person that she is, she said, that's okay. So she gifted me a bottle of Nutriverse. And she said, I know you're good for it. If you want it, if you like it, you can get some more when you're ready, and you can pay me whenever you can. Not a big deal, because if the products work for you, I don't want you to be without them, right? And so there we go. One of those core values, giving more than what's expected, right? So at this point, I'm going full with Nutriverse and ISOT. By this time, I had the regular samples from the company. I had all three flavors, all three: regular, raspberry lemonade, and lemon. So I'm going strong. Well, I got the flu, flat on my back, not flat on my back. So there go my workouts. Because my energy was completely depleted to the point where I'm just like, I can't do anything. I was off work for almost a week, but I was sick like the entire month of January. I was living, continuing my normal lifestyle. I was still eating. I was still going to work. But I finally had to go see my doctor after I got over the flu or whatever it was. I had to go see my doctor because I just still did not feel well. I just did not feel well. So I remember sending a message to my teammates, and I'm asking like, hey, even though I'm sick, can I still use the tea? And they were like, why not? Why stop? And I'm like, well, I did stop. I got back on it. When she said, yeah, and try it hot. Since you don't feel well and it's all in your chest, try it hot. So I tried it hot, and I loved it hot. And I didn't think I would ever go back to cold after that. So fast forward, let's see, there was a challenge. I don't remember what the challenge was, but whatever the challenge was, Joy said, I want you to do this challenge with me, and all you have to do is buy this kit. I really don't remember, and I thought I was going to look it up. I forgot. I had so much going on today. But whatever the challenge was, I had to buy the kit. And so I got on the scale. I tracked my weight from whatever day we started, and I tracked my weight at the end of January, and I was down 16 pounds. And the workouts had almost completely stopped. Completely. Now, I'm not making any medical claims or anything like that because I was sick. I didn't let it stop me though, as far as everyday lifestyle, because as a mom, as a wife, I'm employed. Life goes on. I can't take off work for a month, even though I don't feel well, but I kept at the tea, I kept at the Nutriverse, and I was down 16 pounds by the end of January. So I knew this is it for me. I'm sold. It's my lifestyle now. So fast forward to February, Joy, of course, my Joy, she came back and she said, I have an idea. And I'm like, well, what's that? I'm like, here we go. And you know how everybody's doing something on social media. I'm everybody. I'm always doing something on social media. And so she's like, I think you would be a great life changer. And I'm like, okay, so tell me more, give me information. Here we go, And so I'm like, well, she explained to me what she saw, I guess why she said that. And so when she did, I'm like, let me think about it. But it was really a no-brainer. So it took maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Into February, I said, okay, Lord, if this is for me, just let it happen so seamlessly that I don't miss a beat. I remember saying, I don't have money. And I never wanted to tell Joy, I don't have money. Joy is the type of person that will try to figure it out for you. I don't want any loans, handouts, or any of those things. So I'm like, I'll figure it out. Something happened where I ended up with $500. Out the blue, completely unexpected, tax-free, 500 even. And I said, there's my money. It's a no-brainer. I texted Joy and said, hey, I'm going to step in the shower, but when I get out, I'm going to call you, and I said, I'm going to sign up tomorrow. And you know what Joy said? I have a better idea. Why don't you sign up tonight? Not knowing that Thursday is closeout, because I don't know nothing about being a life changer, right? So that was perfect, right? So I was like, I can do it tomorrow. She said, well, you can also do it tonight. Persistence. And I said, you know what, you're right. Let me get out the shower and we get signed up. And we did. And once again, only up from there. So I'm rocking and I'm rolling as a life changer. End of February, March, April were my best months. Before COVID, return to school, flu is completely gone. I saw my doctor and got some chest cold medicine or whatever it was to get all that, mucus and stuff out of my system. I'm not making any medical claims, but when I'm honest with my doctor, because the closer we get to whatever age, you want to be honest with your doctor and tell them everything you're doing, and they're going to ask. And so I'm very transparent with my doctor because I don't want there to be something that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing to my body. And so I was so afraid to tell her, like, okay, so I drink this tea and then it's this other stuff and it got 72, minerals and phytonutrients and, but I'm honest. I was honest with her and I showed her and she was like, the tea is not my concern. She was like, so many people are doing, CBD stuff. She said, do you? And when she said that, I'm like, oh, I'm in. I'm good. I have my mom and my doctor's blessing. I'm good, right? Because my mom is also a big factor in everything that I do. So I'm at school and the students know I can play all day on social media, but when I'm in that classroom, I'm focused, they're focused, no nonsense. We're gonna have a good time, but we're gonna get the work done first, right? And so the kids will come in, they have this thing like, okay, first period will come. And if they had to feel my wrath that day, I had to get on my soapbox. They would tell second period, be careful, because she's mad today. We didn't do the work last night, and so she's on one. And so second period would alert third period, oh, she wasn't that bad. So I remember the students coming telling me a couple days after I was going good with my tea and got my mental clarity and my focus and my attitude and my mood is better. They're like, Miss Parker, you've been in a great mood the last couple of days. And for them to say that as seventh graders, it meant I felt like, wow, they see the change. And, kids don't care about anything. You can fuss at them. It roll off their back and they keep going, So for them to tell me, we're having so much fun now. And that meant a lot to me. So I'm like, once again, keep going, right? Keep going, because some things are happening. Some things are shifting. And I feel it and I like it, right? So the energy is there. I felt better, better attitude, better moods, better sleep. I've incorporated harmony as needed. Whatever you feel like you need harmony to do for you, it'll do it. It just does. Those are my staples. That's one of my staples, and I try not to run out of it. As far as, and I'm just going to backtrack real quick, as far as the finances, I'm not making financial claims or income claims, as I should say. I'm not going to do that. But we always hear transforming our bodies and our bank accounts, right? Have you heard that?
Yes.
Okay. I've heard that, but I've never really used that. So backtracking to 2013, 2014, that was the roughest patch. Like, how you hit a rough patch and it's like no way out? 2013 and 2014 was some of the toughest times I've ever experienced. And financial wise, marital wise, I had some issues in my marriage in 2013, and then 2014 we separated. And it's kind of like hitting rock bottom. And then when you get down there, you can't do anything but look up because you're so helpless, right? And so on top of the relationship issues, the financial issues came. I was at work one day, and my husband, who I was separated from at the time, he called me and said, hey, someone knocked on the door for you. And I'm like, who? Because you didn't know him, you're saying someone. And he said, I don't know. He said, they knocked on the door and they asked, is Akilah, and they said Davis, which was my maiden name, is Akilah Davis here? And so he said, I knew it had to be somebody either official or somebody who doesn't know you. And so I'm like, okay, did you ask who? And he was like, no. I said, they didn't leave a card, they didn't leave anything. And I just immediately thought bill collector. Well, lo and behold, I'm at work the next day. which was like a Monday morning. And I get called to HR. And I'm like, here we go, right? You always fear that tap on the shoulder. And when you're in customer service, that's before I was teaching. So when you're in customer service, there's no telling what you done did, so to speak. It's just gonna be me. There's no telling what you did. So I'm like, okay, well, here we go. Here's my tap on the shoulder. So they asked me to come with them. And so I go with them and they're like, so you were subpoenaed. And I'm like, first of all, yeah, I watch Law and Order SVU, but what does that even mean? And so they were like, here's a letter and we got a copy. And so my wages were being garnished. And so I'm like, really? Why? So they were like, well, we don't know. All we had to do, we had to be the one. I guess they were trying to serve me at the house, but with my husband answering the door, they couldn't serve him, I'm assuming. So because they verified that was my address, they were able to find my job and they served them and they had to serve me. Legal people, law people, if that's incorrect, then sue me. But this is how I was given the information. So when I get to the bottom of it, I'm being garnished from something that happened when I was 21. And everybody knows I'm 40 now because I'm 40 and happy. Something that caught up with me from 21 years old. So now I can't afford to work here. Like, I can't afford to live. How are you going to take 25% of my paycheck? And so I'm working all this overtime prior, and I'm like, the more I make, it's just like taxes, the more they're going to take, right? I can't afford to work. So now I'm brainstorming, like, okay, what do I do? What am I going to do, right? So remember, newly separated. So I have an apartment, like month one. There's no break in that lease because then you're going to be in more trouble, right? Automatically. Call my mom, told her what was going on. She was like, just tell me what you need. Tell me what you need. And I'm going to take care of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back with you. Somebody said, get a lawyer because this is not going to stop. This is not going to stop until it's paid off. And that amount was so high from a credit card. That amount was so high that I couldn't afford to live. I couldn't take care of my children being newly single. And even though I wasn't legally single, I was living the single mom lifestyle, right? So what do? Have to get a lawyer and I have to file for bankruptcy. So think about all those, everything I just said, and think about 2014 versus 2020 and 2019. Hence my happiness. That's over. I won't even tell you my credit score. But it sounds something like 740. So like I'm super proud of that. And it's unlocked, so I'm not worried about hackers and all that. I got it all figured out. But I shared that part of it because that's I'm not ashamed of it. And that's a lot of what made me who I am today. Those troubles. Like they say, you can't have a testimony without the test. That is so true. That is absolutely true. And those are not things that I'm ashamed of anymore because I overcame. So as far as the weight, the finances, when I was going through those financial issues and the relationship issues, when we first went our separate ways, 2 days, I lost 11 pounds. And I'm like, okay, first of all, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. But I did it, right? I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm looking good, even though I was still in the high 200s. I'm like 230-ish. So I was still up there, but I felt better. But I'm like, but that's not good because you didn't eat. You're stressed out. You didn't eat. Weight Watchers came to my job. At this point, this was when I could still afford it. And they were taking a little money out of my check or whatnot. So it was one of those things where, hey, Weight Watchers here. Let's get off the phone. Why not? Every Wednesday, an hour off the phone, sometimes an hour and a half, depending on how they felt. So I did Weight Watchers. You know, we try everything, and I'll try anything. So if it's legal and it'll help, I feel like I'll try it if I can afford it. So I did that. Well, I think I stayed in Weight Watchers about 2.5 years, and I actually became a lifetime member. I lost about 75 pounds on Weight Watchers. After I got serious about Weight Watchers, it became no longer the whole, I'm getting off the phone. I fixed my mindset. I changed my mindset. And then we were reconciling and things like that as time passed. So you get happy again, right? You start doing things the healthy way, and all that, you know, self-sabotage doesn't come into effect because we're back happy, right? All up here, and in here. So 2019, I lost myself again. I ended up having to go to a school, and I'm not gonna, you know, talk bad about my school. I picked this career for a reason, and it's not about the money. It's more so about the outcome versus the income. So I'll never say that I teach and we don't make enough and we don't, you know, that's not my concern, because we have choices in life, and this is the path that I chose to take. But I wasn't happy about having to change jobs, change locations, change schools, change kids. That took a toll on me. And I never want to be the type of person where, oh, it's just a job. That's not how I look at it. I feel like if you love what you do, you don't have to work a day in your life, right? But I felt like my teaching job was becoming, well, I just work here. And we joke about that. We say that all the time, I just work here. But I said it a couple times, and I meant it, and I felt it. And I'm like, some things have to change because I'm not happy. And so my before and after picture, that was the beginning of January, the one that you actually have. That was the beginning of January. And I knew, I took that picture in my kitchen. I set my camera up and I'm like, sister, some things have to change. One, that's not healthy, but my stomach had never been looked like that. Not even when I was pregnant, or maybe when I looked pregnant when I was pregnant, but I had never looked and felt like that. And you know, it's not until you take a picture or someone takes a picture of you that you realize I'm out of control. Right. And so that picture, I used that picture as my before, even though I have another one from the day I started using the tea. I'm drawn to that one because my unhappiness was in my face. I can look at myself and just see how unhappy I was. And it was nothing but life. And this was all pre-COVID-19 too, so imagine. So mental clarity, focus, a healthier me, a better me, a smaller me is what I've experienced, and I couldn't be happier. And I'll wrap up, but as far as the PMS symptoms, and I know it's a little TMI, blossomie is my go-to. Now, I know people always talk about, oh, too much estrogen. I get that. It's not something I take every day. It's not a part of my daily. It's just a part of my, when PMS hits, or I know PMS is supposed to hit, even though I have no symptoms, I'm going to take it for these 3 or 4 days. And that's what I do. When I say 0 symptoms, I have 0 symptoms. And so my bottle will last forever. There's 90 capsules in that bottle. My bottle will last forever because I'm not a daily blossomie person. So that works. Cravings for junk, that normally happens at night. We sit down and we watch TV. We say, oh, let's cuddle and get our blanket and you know, put on whatever we watch, our routine. My brain used to automatically think Doritos are in there, popcorn's in there, cake is in there, go get it. And it's one of those, oh, pause it, let's go get it. And he'll go get it for me because I want it, because I said it, because I asked. It's not even a factor anymore. It's not even a factor. So as far as when I became a life changer, I really feel like it was one of the best decisions I've made. And then I brought my cousin with me as a life changer, and like my family. You know how they always say, oh, well, you got to find strangers because your family don't support. Completely false. My family supported like none other. My family is my #1 support. I mean, far and near, all the way up to Chicago, or back down to Ohio, back down to Memphis, Atlanta, New York, New Jersey. #1 support system. So it's the family. It's the family for me. Stranger support, but my family is my biggest cheerleader. And so I am happy to say that this is the first time out of all the programs that I've tried, well, besides the other one I talked about, Weight Watchers, I'm a product of the product. And so I wore this shirt because it's one of my favorites and it's comfortable. But I mean, what better shirt to wear, because this is where I started. This is absolutely where I started. So lastly, I do want to say, I started and I put my testimony on Facebook. In 2019, I took this idea from my sister because she turned 40. We're Irish twins, by the way, and so we'll be the same age. We're 11 months apart, so we'll be the same age for a while. And I remember in 2019, she said, well, 2018, she wanted to do 40 pounds by 40. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that with you because I'm not ready, but I'm gonna do that next year. And so I took her idea and I spoke that over myself. And so I did, I set that goal, and no, I didn't reach my 40, but I did reach 26, and I'll take that. Because I've seen times where I would have gained 26, would have gained 26 versus trending in the right direction, which was down. So I will take that any day. And so I was on Facebook a couple months ago, probably in March or April, and I ran across this Double Dutch group of women over 40. And over 40, they're 50, they're 54, they're 55. And I'm like, well, first of all, these women are beautiful. Second of all, they from Chicago, which is my heart. That's where my mom is from. That's where we spent a lot of time. That's where we grew up for the most part. So I'm like, I'm about to see what this is about. So I started following. They invited me to be a part of their group, and they asked if I wanted to start a sub club down here in Huntsville, Alabama. And I'm like, no, but yeah, because I thought more on my plate. COVID-19, I can't take anything more on my plate. I ended up not doing that, even though I'm still part of their wonderful group. They have a wonderful group. But even though I decided not to do that, because most of my friends, I came here for college. I left Atlanta and came to Huntsville for college. I was non-traditional age. I was 24, 23 when I came to college. So most of my good friends who are here from those areas, Chicago, New York, Minneapolis, those places who can actually jump Double Dutch, they're much younger than me. So I didn't think it would be right for me or a smart move for me to start a group for women over 40 that I have to teach to jump. We have to already kind of know how to jump. And so the people in my circle who can jump Double Dutch, with COVID-19 especially, I haven't had to teach them. So I decided to just kind of do my own thing here. And so I ended up, shout out to Miss Cheryl, Mama Cheryl, Joy's mom. Y'all know Joy by now, so because I talk about Joy. But her mom is also on our team, and she's fabulous, by the way. And I want to say she's 72, but she is killing the entire game. And so I did a Double Dutch event in the park on July 5th. We had a good turnout with that, and everybody who was there knew how to jump, with the exception of a few, but we had a great time with the ones who couldn't jump. And I remember posting it to my team's messenger group. And Mama Cheryl said, y'all should do the NutriBurst challenge, make that the NutriBurst challenge. And I'm light bulb. And so that's what we did. Because of COVID-19, I didn't want to gather up and round up a whole bunch of troops and be around a whole bunch of just people. So I called my mom, which of course, and I said, if I come home, can y'all help me do the NutriBurst challenge? I'm trying to win $5,000. And she said, of course, when you coming? And they can jump. These are my ready-made Double Dutch jumpers. And my mom, by the way, is fabulous. She's gonna be 60. And if you see her, you will know where I get it from. And I'm just gonna brag for a second. I'm not one to toot my own horn, and I love to stay humble, and I pride myself on being humble, but my mama is bad. And so I want to be like her 20 more years. I want to be like her when I grow up. But she and my sister were like, yeah, get in the car, come home. So me and my daughter got in the car. We went home, and we came out, I think we got third place, but we did win the NutriBurst challenge. We won $1,000 for the NutriBurst challenge. So once again, this is all God. It's all divine. It's all for a purpose. The company is awesome, and I don't see me leaving or changing or doing anything different anytime soon. Anytime soon. So that is it. That's Akilah. That's Akilah, the life changer, director status. And that's all I got.
That is awesome. Awesome. Let me thank you so much. That was awesome. Awesome. I just want to say I do not know how to double dutch. I've never double dutched in my entire life. I just don't know why I never got into it. I've heard of it, but I never even learned how to do it. So that is so cool. I didn't even know it was like a thing. Like,
you have to be coordinated. You have to be coordinated, and it's all about rhythm and coordination. It's one of those things I've been doing since I was 8 or 9 years old. Growing up in Chicago, it was like we didn't leave home without our rope. And now I'm back that way. My rope, I have like 3 or 4 ropes in my trunk. I don't leave home without them because I might run into somebody who can turn or jump. So
that is so cool. Wow.
It's like riding a bike. You don't forget it.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony. And you just dropped so many nuggets about how you have to, get this in here together and get this up here together when you're talking about losing weight. Because what I've noticed over the years, and I do want to say, I apologize for not acknowledging you as Akilah director. I didn't know you were a director, so congratulations on that. That is so
It's
awesome.
Okay. I got some work to do. It's okay. I'm not worried about that.
No,
but when you said your rank, it reminded me. So I just wanted to kind of put that out.
Be proud of being a director. Director is the first place to be, and that's where it all begins. That's where all the magic and the fun starts. So shout out to you for hitting the rank of director, because everyone does not hit the rank of director. So that is awesome, awesome, awesome. I do want to say this is my 6th year with Total Life Changes. This month makes my 6th year. So as you were saying that you don't see yourself going anywhere anytime soon, I just thought of myself saying, wow, I didn't even think that I didn't even think that far, that I would even be still with this amazing company for 6 years. So it's just amazing. Just everything that Total Life Changes has done for me and my family. So thank you for even saying that. But yeah, it does start in here and in here. You have to have your mind right when you're talking about trying to get healthy and get your life back on track. And you have withstood so many obstacles like so many people have. So glad that you were transparent and you just share from your heart on tonight. And I pray that somebody heard your testimony and they feel like, if she could do it, I can do it too.
Yeah, and let me say real quick before you wrap up, with the whole financial situation, I've never felt more free. I don't have to borrow money. I'm very transparent with this. I had loans at every payday loan place in this city, some out the city. And so when I was able to put all that behind me, I won't even drive past those places anymore. So this company, the income, the all the gifts I win, all the financial blessings I get from the company, these are mine. It's not saying if you join me, you're gonna be the same and receive the same, but this is me. But we don't go without anything in my household anymore. I don't have to borrow money from people anymore, and I can put gas in my car by the week, and so those were things that I didn't have the opportunity to do, the luxury of doing. I was literally penny pinching and counting quarters, and so now financial freedom is everything for me.
Yes.
And then almost skinny on top of that.
Yes. But the financial freedom, that is like the probably, I don't know if I had to weigh the two, because for me, I definitely say Total Life Changes for me is ministry, because I want people to have a healthy life. I want us, it's not about the being skinny, but because after a certain age, you're not going to be a size 2 anymore. Nobody, if you look at everybody's high school pictures and prom pictures, and you look at them in their 40s and 50s, nobody is that small anymore. So that is not about that. It's about being healthy, not having so many people get on dialysis, high blood pressure medicine, sugar diabetes, and all of this here. So that's why I'm so passionate about this. But also for me, when I can help someone become a life changer, and we're called life changers for a reason, because your life will be changed if you put in the work. It doesn't just boom become a life changer and boom you just become successful and all that.
A miracle.
Right. But I like the fact that I can work with I primarily work with women and moms, and I'm able to help them to have money for lunch money. If they tell me they want an extra $100 a week, if they tell me they want an extra $500 a week, whatever it is, they want to buy a new car, they want to move, it just blesses my soul so much that I am able to present them with this opportunity, and not only present them with the opportunity, but we can give them the strategy to be able to make money here. And then because Jack Fallon allows us to get paid daily as well as every Thursday, it just excites me so much. So when you talked about that financial freedom and just being able to have gas in your car, just to be able to have that extra gas money, just to be able to have that extra $20, just to sell one pack of tea and have $20 just to go and do something that you're at your last dollar, that just really, really blesses me so much. So
I used to have to check my accounts to see if I was overdrafted constantly. That was my biggest fear, being overdrafted, and everything else bouncing, and not, being insufficient funds. Now I have options. I have 4 or 5 different, I don't have credit cards and things like that anymore because I won't go back down that road ever. But I got my TLC pay card. So I'm like, oh, we can use this today because today is Thursday. Or I got money from last week on there. Or, so it's just it's so freeing. So freeing. And I've never felt better and never been happier. So
I tell you, when you get rid of that that financial pressure, when you don't have that pressure of, I don't have enough, we need money, we need to be able to pay this and we don't have enough, that is so stressful. And when you don't have that, it's like the weight is lifted up off of you. It is just such a good feeling. So I thank you so much for sharing that. For those of you that heard her talk about the Blossom, this is what the Blossom looks like. We're not making any medical claims, any income claims. Your results may vary, but people who have menopausal symptoms, PMS symptoms, they love the Blossom. And this is the product that she was saying that she only takes during that time when she's PMSing. She takes this. Some people take it every day. She only takes it for those days. So I just want to thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate you so much. I know you had to work, and so we started a little bit late, but I just believe everything happens for a reason. I always pray about these Wellness Wednesdays and who my guests will be. So it was all the way it was supposed to be. So thank you so much, Akilah, for jumping on with us. Those of you that are watching this, please share this video. If you're just now watching this or you're watching the replay, please comment below. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Please share this video and get back to the person that invited you to this video, whatever page you're watching it on. Just get back to the person that invited you or whose page you're looking at this on, and ask them about the products. She talked about the tea. She talked about the NutriVerse. She talked about the Blossom. Get back to the person that invited you. And the Harmony. The Harmony drops. Yes.
I have the new ones. I got those yesterday. I like those. I do like those.
The color, the labeling, for those of you who haven't seen the new packaging, it's awesome.
So pretty.
The Harmony is amazing. Amazing.
It is.
Amazing. If you're having trouble sleeping, Harmony has helped a lot of people sleep good. But Harmony is the other product. Get back to the person that invited you to this video if you want to experience a total life change. And with that being said, thank you so much. I'll see you guys on next Wednesday. God bless and good night.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.